Good evening, and welcome to CUTV Newscenter for the week of September 29th, 2011. I'm Justin Carlo.
And I'm Lauren Turosic.
For a shocking third time this semester, California University students were warned about an off-campus shooting. This incident occurred on California Road in the Cal Borough, where a man was shot during a home invasion. Police seized 2 pounds of marijuana, a large sum of cash, and drug paraphernalia, which are believed to be the reason for the invasion that led to the shooting. No one has been charged in the shooting or for possessing the drugs. Once again, university police are cooperating with the California Borough Police investigation and are encouraging students to lock their doors and use caution when traveling.
Rumors have been flying around campus about new development plans for the SAI farm. According to officials at SAI, the disc golf course is only the beginning. Joy Levere has the report.
Of the SAI farm that was for sale by the Harrises about a year and a half ago. The university and SAI were looking for more property to expand since Roman Park has been taken up for more athletics, and we can always use more green space.
You won't find any horses or cows at the SAI farm, but there are some great developments here that students can go wild for.
Well, we have a 20-year master plan that we've been working on. And currently we are renovating the farmhouse and adding a banquet facility on there. It will be open for the public to use. They will be able to rent it. Next will become a pavilion. So we're looking forward to that. That's something the community would really like to see. We have a disc golf course currently up there, but the farm has major potential. We're looking at maybe a pitch and putt course in the future. Lots of fields for any kind of sport to play on. We're going to make multi-purpose fields up there so that any sport can play on there. It's not a set field size. Maybe even some housing for alumni and staff.
With more developments, students can check the SAI website at sai.calu.edu. This is Joy Levere, CUTV Newscenter.
This semester, NPHC, better known as the Divine Nine, has been making an astonishing comeback to CalU's campus. Just a few years ago, there were only 2 chapters on campus, and now there are 4 and many more expected to come. CUTV reporter Blair Holmes has the story.
Alpha Kappa Alpha, Kappa Alpha Psi, Omega Psi Phi, Phi Beta Sigma, the NPHC fraternities and sororities that make up CalU's campus. Today we interviewed a representative from each organization and talked about their roles on campus.
My sorority represents womanliness and represents scholarship and sisterhood, just to name a few.
Our organization represents achievement and helping with the advancement of all mankind.
My organization stands for Brotherhood, Scholarship, and Service, which are our 3 mottos of Phi Beta Sigma Fraternity Incorporated.
I guess Psi Phi, we are a community-based organization. We go back to community, uplift the community, help young men.
We asked the Greeks what community service projects will they be participating in this semester.
Piney Woods School, excuse me. It's basically a school for underprivileged African Americans who basically are victim of their communities and their school systems.
Plan on going to Reverend Grayson, whose son just passed away last year. We plan on going to one of his community outreach programs and volunteering, mentoring some of the young men.
If you have any more questions regarding NPHC Greek Life, feel free to contact the Greek Life office located in the Student Center. This is Blair Holmes for CUTV News.
Make a Difference Day is set to take place this Saturday, October 1st. This is an opportunity for students on campus, particularly freshmen, to jump into service. The Center for Civic Engagement has coordinated this event with the California Borough. Students will divide into groups and disperse to different job sites to help California residents. If you are interested in volunteering, come to Gym B on Saturday at 12:30 to register. After the service projects are complete, volunteers are welcome to come for dinner at the First Presbyterian Church. Take advantage of this service opportunity and help your neighbors.
Women who give birth in many countries are often without essential healthcare services that we readily have available in the United States. The Zonta Club of Washington County is teaming up with the Brothers Brother Foundation to ship birthing kits to Africa. Faculty members at CalU who are members of Zonta, Dr. Cheryl Hetman and Professor Suzanne Palco, are accepting donations for the kits in the Department of Nursing in Morgan Hall. Needed items include plastic sheeting, cord, single-edge razor blades, gauze, size 7 latex gloves, and quart-sized Ziploc bags. Supplies can also be dropped off on Saturday, October 1st at the Cara Alumni House from 1 p.m. to 5 p.m. and Tuesday, October 4th at the Natali Student Performance Center from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. So Lauren, there's definitely a lot going on this weekend, a lot of stuff going on Saturday with the Make a Difference Day and everything. So
hopefully the weather holds out.
Yeah, definitely.
Hopefully no rain. It's a dry Saturday for all of those things going on campus. Find out what to expect for next week when we return with student meteorologist Jim Nieder and your weather report.
Good afternoon, Cal U. I'm student meteorologist Jim Nieder. Before we get into the break, here's the weather headlines. A dreary end to the week here. It looks kind of dismal. Also, looks like this weekend will be looking kind of chilly with these temperatures dropping into the 30s. And also, we may have the light at the end of the tunnel with this sun making a comeback in the beginning of next week. All this and more on my forecast after the break.
Welcome back to News Center. I'm Gloria Stone with your entertainment report. Nicole Polizzi, also known to the public as Snooki, who is the icon of MTV's hit show Jersey Shore, is looking rather slimming these days. The reality star has shed 15 pounds recently, giving her a completely new look for viewers of the show. She reportedly has had help of a personal trainer as well as the fat burner Sandtrex 3 throughout the past few months. Snooki shows that with hard work and dedication, everything pays off. The trial of Michael Jackson's doctor, Conrad Murray, is underway in Los Angeles. The prosecution has had vivid testimonies from assistants of Jackson who were there when the pop icon died. Voicemails and recollections were made in front of the jury and spectators Wednesday. Murray is being tried with involuntary manslaughter. Anyone interested in streaming the trial live can watch it on E! Online. Coming to the Vulcan Theater this week is Transformers: Dark of the Moon. The action sci-fi movie is the third of the installments of Transformers. The Autobus learns of the hidden spacecraft on the moon and must reach it. Free for all students, faculty, and staff, showtimes are at 4 and 8 p.m. Looking at the Cal calendar, if you enjoy looking at pieces of art, feel free to stop by the Student Art Show this evening as well as Thursday, October 6th. Along with the art showcase, there will be free refreshments for everyone. The show is located in the Vulcan Student Gallery, which is next to Old Main and in front of Watkins Hall. The Professional Golf Management Program is offering a free golf clinic to all students, faculty, and staff, October 4th and 5th from 4 to 6 p.m. No experience is necessary for those interested. The clinic will be held in the indoor facility in Gallagher Hall on Cal's campus. The Underground Cafe is looking for student bands to perform in their Halloween show. The show will take place on Thursday, October 27th at 9 p.m. in the Student Union. Bands must have a demo of their work before being selected. For more information, visit the Underground Cafe meetings Thursday nights in the Community Center at 9 p.m. So, Lauren and Justin, there is another rumor that Demi Moore and Ashton Kutcher have got a divorce, or it reportedly is going to get one.
I don't believe it for a second, and if it is true, Ashton is messing up. Demi's hot. He should definitely hang on to her, for sure.
Well, you pretty much said it all, so I agree.
Definitely.
I mean, they think with a 15-year age difference, that might be why, but we'll have to see.
I don't buy it.
Age is just a number.
That's how I feel.
All right, thank you, Gloria. When we return, Will Moore has your sports report. Stay tuned.
Welcome back to News Center. I'm Will Moore with this week's Vulcan Sports Report. This past weekend's football game marked the opening of conference play in the PSAC West as the California Vulcans welcomed the winless Golden Eagles into the friendly confines of Adamson Stadium. Let's take a look at the highlights. Blimp Watch 2011 was in effect at Adamson Stadium as the Goodyear blimp passed over, but There was a lot of action through the air, and it starts with Lawlick threading the needle. Peter Lawlick to Chedrick Cherry, a 16-yard touchdown, gives California the early 7-0 lead. And it would continue to get worse as on the very next drive, Brandon Akins, the running back, would fumble for Clarion. It would be scooped up by Steve Santia, and he would take it 35 yards back for the touchdown and watch the big men dance in the end zone. The referee learns a costly lesson on this play that you don't get in the way of celebrating defensive linemen as he gets taken out here. Nevertheless, it's 14-0 California. On the next, or later on in the game here, it'd be Peter Lawlick dropping back, going deep, 56 yards to Thomas Mayo, and after the missed Cody Nuzzo extra point, it would be 20-0, but California and Thomas Mayo are rolling in this one. Second half, Jeff Knox would get a 1-yard touchdown rush. An interesting play there from the defensive back for California, getting in lieu of the injured Edwin Gowans. Clarion's John Fuhrer would punch in their first touchdown of the game to make it 27-6. Despite Jeff Knox saying it was fumbled, the referees ruled otherwise, and Knox would get back in on the action, identical to his first touchdown rush, a second carry for another yard, 2 yards, 2 touchdowns for him. Peter Lawlick, perhaps they should call him Peter Lolick, LOL, as he and Thomas Mayo are laughing at the Clarion defense. A 65-yard touchdown pass to Thomas Mayo, and that would make it 40-13. The California Vulcans would hold on despite this touchdown run of Clarion's own. California manages to hold on to a 40-13 lead, and they improve to 1-0 in the PSAC West as they continue to look better and better, increasing their ranking to the top 25. Peter Lawlick, 23 of 31 for 350 yards, 3 touchdowns and an interception. He's the PSAC West Offensive Player of the Week. Thomas Mayo had another great game, 7 receptions, 164 yards, and 2 touchdowns of his own. Taking a look at the top 25 rankings, you can see highlighted in the yellow are teams in the same super region as California. Shepherd sits up at number 3. PSAC East rival Bloomsburg at 5. Kutztown at 12. California improves a spot to number 16 this week in the AFCA poll. The Vulcan women's soccer team entered Wednesday night's home match with the Gannon Golden Knights with a 5-0-1 record in the midst of a season that has seen the team achieve its highest ever ranking. Let's head up to the Phillipsburg Soccer Complex for the highlights. It's Paula Jackson getting things started here for the Vulcans, one of the greatest all-time goalies Cal's ever seen. But it would be Erin Hogan passing off to Brianna Robinson, and she would pick up her 6th goal of the season to give California the early lead, 1-0. A very nice pass and a very nice goal from Hogan to Robinson. Carly Work would intercept this pass, and she has been doing work all season long for the Vulcans. Her 8th goal of the season makes it 2-0. California starting to pull away from Gannon. The Golden Knights trying to climb back into it, but there would be none of that as Sarah DiBenedetto would find Carly Work again, and Work putting in overtime as she gets her 2nd goal of the game, her 9th of the season, to make it 3-0 California. They're running away with this one up at the old Booster Field. Chelsea Crockett would finish it off for California, passing it over here off the corner to Kelsey Russo, and watch Russo give up the body, getting the header, putting California up. Her 1st goal of the season makes it 4-0. Take another look at the replay here, and you can see the dedication here, taking the shoulder block from the goaltender from Gannon. Nevertheless, it's a goal. California wins this game 4-0. Carly Work, 2 goals. Robinson picked up a goal. Russo had a goal. And Paula Jackson made 7 saves, picking up yet another shutout. She has been phenomenal, and the Vulcans are 3rd in the country. Look out. Taking a look at the NCSSA poll, it's Bridgeport sitting up at number 1, UC San Diego at 2, and look right there, number 3, California. They were number 2 last week, fell a spot after a tie to Westchester, but still, they are a top 5 team and a real hot commodity. Earlier this week, our own Allison Steinheiser got a chance to sit down with members of the 3rd-ranked Vulcan soccer team during the most recent edition of the Vulcan Sports Review. And Allison joins us at the sports desk with more on this story. Allison.
Have a history of being some of the top teams in the nation. The women's soccer team is no different. The team was ranked second in the nation entering last week before dropping to third this week. I had the chance to talk to Coach Al Alvine and senior captain Kristen Orritt earlier this week about their thoughts on being ranked so high. Expectations were high coming into the season despite losing some key players.
The expectations were pretty high, I think, given the results and how far we made it last year in the conference and in the NCAA tournament. There were some concerns about maybe where the goals were going to come from, but the expectations were still high.
With so many seniors on the team, it is even more important to win now.
Especially as a senior coming into my final year, I know that this is my last chance and a lot of the girls' last chance at a conference championship, and having lost in the finals last year, I know we want it more than ever, so yeah, the expectations are very high.
You know, these players have developed over the last few years and really become, you know, if not the top team, then one of the top 2 teams in the region during the time they've been here. So, you know, hopefully the last progression here is winning the conference tournament and winning the region and hopefully making it to the Final Four.
For the full interview with Coach Alvine and Kristen Orritt, be sure to watch Vulcan Sports Review right here on CUTV. I'm Allison Steinheiser for CUTV Newscenter.
All right, thank you, Allison. While the women's team has been getting the attention on campus from their recent success, they aren't the only soccer team putting together a memorable season. The men's squad entered Wednesday night's nightcap with Gannon, ranked 21st in the nation and looking to improve with a win in a PSAC conference matchup. Let's take a look at these highlights back up at the Phillipsburg Soccer Complex, where you can see Scott Majeski sticking his hand out of the press box there. He had the call for the game, but it would be John Murphy finding Jamel Budar, and he would pass over to Eden Sarbic, as he would make it 1-0 in the second period. Teamwork and communication key there. Brad Colvin would get this throw in to Ian Cheek, and Cheek, look at the header, picking up his second goal of the season to make it 2-0 Cal. Take another look at this one. An impressive throw-in, gets all the way to the PK line, and then Cheek's header. Absolutely perfect placement to give California the 2-0 lead. Faikau Bijion scores his third goal of the season to give Gannon a 2-1 lead, or to give Cal a 2-1 lead, but it would not be enough as California would manage to hold on and claim yet another win here. They are ranked 21st in the nation after Cheek and Sabik both had a great goal. California climbing their own way through the NCSSA poll. They are 21st in the nation. You can see Roland's there. Roland at number 1. And Fort Lewis, Franklin Pierce, and PSAC rival Mercyhurst rounding out the top 4 there. So guys, it was a very interesting development last night in Major League Baseball. The Tampa Bay Rays were trailing the Baltimore Orioles. Or no, excuse me, I'm sorry, I've got this all messed up. They were trailing the Yankees by 7 runs in the 8th inning. They came back, those 7 runs, to beat the Yankees at the same time that the Boston Red Sox were playing against the Baltimore Orioles. See, I knew the Orioles were involved in this. They lost to the Orioles, so the Yankees are in the playoffs. The Rays take Boston's playoff spot. Boston's out. How about it, guys?
You've thrown so many names at me, I'm kind of just confused, but I do know that was a shocker of an ending that we definitely didn't see coming.
Mm-hmm. Boston's collapse was definitely, I think it'll go down in history as the worst.
It was impressive. Our own Clinton Logan, he's not even on set today. He's nowhere to be found. He's a diehard Red Sox fan. He has locked himself away. We don't even know where he is.
He's ashamed, and I don't blame him.
He should be. It was one of the greatest collapses, arguably in baseball history. So, one for the record books.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Well, thank you, Will.
No problem.
That will do it for this week's edition of News Center. Don't forget, you can check out this week's and previous editions of News Center online at any time.
You can visit our page by going to youtube.com and searching CUTV News Center. We'll see you next week.